An 8-year-old North Korean boy holds a flashlight in his mouth as he crosses the most dangerous border on Earth, leaving North Korea. This is a mission that absolutely cannot fail. On the outskirts of Yanji, China, there's a peculiar mountain village where many North Korean women who've been trafficked across the border make their homes. 7 years ago, 33-year-old Kyung-sook was sold from North Korea to China for $900. 4 years ago, she married into this remote village, a place that takes quite a drive from Yanji to reach, and had twins with her Chinese husband. On the surface, they seem to be living a peaceful life. When winter freezes the Tumen River solid, those on the North Korean side who dare to dream take their chances crossing the ice. This gamble demands both courage and luck. Years ago, Kyung-sook tried to reunite with her North Korean defector husband, fleeing with her 2 daughters. The guide who was supposed to take them to the girl's father sold them instead to a family in Changchun. The family's son was mute and couldn't find a wife through normal means, so they paid $900 for Kyung-sook. For a year and a half, she was locked inside, forbidden even to step out the door. When she and her daughters finally escaped and reunited with her husband, their conspicuous family was quickly discovered and deported to North Korea. What followed were rounds of torture. Unable to endure it, they fled again, but this time her husband lost his life on the journey, and her eldest daughter went missing. With nowhere else to turn, Kyung-sook married her current husband, an unremarkable farmer, simply to survive. 4 years later, mother and daughter were miraculously reunited. The eldest had found work washing dishes in a Yanji restaurant, but seeing her mother after 4 years of desperate searching brought no joy. Her 40-year-old mother looked gaunt and sallow. The daughter's heart ached watching her mother, who'd already suffered so much, now bearing more children at her age. Her younger siblings were both a blessing and a burden. Living in constant fear and hiding, she understood better than anyone what family meant for survival. But her meager wages as a dishwasher couldn't even support herself. Kyung-sook accepts her suffering willingly. Without escaping North Korea, she would have starved to death. Her greatest wish now is for official household registration. Without it, medical care and schooling for the children are impossible, and deportation remains a constant threat. At the village elementary school, most children speak fluent Korean. 9-year-old Pyung is one of them. Her mother Ok-soon, another North Korean sold here, couldn't speak a word of Chinese when she arrived. For a long time, she didn't even know her husband had bought her for $695. Only after learning Chinese did she discover the truth. Back home, Ok-soon had been an educated, traditional woman. Being priced and sold like merchandise stripped her of all dignity. Unable to reconcile this reality, she ran away. But her love for her child was too strong. After 33 days in hiding, she returned home. Her disappearance left deep scars on young Pyung, who now clings to her mother after school, never letting her out of sight. She doesn't understand international politics. She only knows she can't lose the mother they both cherish. At school, she never gives her mother any trouble. Her classmate Ada has no memory of her mother at all. Her North Korean mother, unable to bear the constant fear, left when Ada was who and never returned. Raised by her grandmother, Ada can only imagine her mother through cold photographs. 2 brief phone calls are all the little girl has to hold on to. Unlike many defectors who keep a low profile, Lee Gum-hee chose a public-facing job as a tour guide. In her spare time, she climbs the hills to gaze across the river at her homeland, where all her childhood memories lie. That seemingly touchable yet unreachable shore represents her eternal homesickness. But thoughts of home bring only fear. Pregnant when she was deported back to North Korea, she was forced to have an abortion. 8 years passed before she found another chance to escape. Now she has a son, but fate dealt another cruel hand. He has polio. His legs don't work properly and his hands are covered in calluses. To earn money for his treatment, she works as a guide in Dan-dong, a job as lucrative as it is risky. Her 7-year-old son's strength both comforts and torments Gum-hee, who blames herself for his suffering. To get him treatment, she's planning something big, leaving the country through Thailand to reach South Korea. She's risked everything on a fake passport. Failure would mean consequences she can't even imagine. but success could give her son hope. It's the only option she can see. The pressure weighs heavily on her. Before leaving, she takes countless photos of her son, not knowing when or if they'll meet again. She buys him clothes in larger sizes, preparing for years of absence. The final 12 hours are agony. Her sensitive son quickly senses something wrong and crawls to her, sobbing. The next day, they steel themselves and part. At the airport, Gum-hee's expression hardens. The next few minutes will determine her fate. She's practiced filling out the simple departure form countless times, yet her hands shake as she writes and rewrites it. Any sign of nervousness could destroy everything. Fortune smiles on her. She passes through her life's crucial moment. The moment she lands, she calls her son. Gum-hee has one simple wish: to live openly with her son, with legitimate status. South Korea is her destination, but whether she'll achieve her dream there remains uncertain. Also planning to bring his child to South Korea is Choi Young-jun, working in Seoul. His wife was deported to North Korea and hasn't been heard from since. His 8-year-old son, little Cheng-long, is hidden away in Shenyang. The boy needs to start school, and without household registration, Young-jun works tirelessly to save enough to bring his son to Korea. In rare free moments, he window shops for the toys his son mentions on the phone, but always leaves empty-handed, torn by indecision. After 2 years of penny pinching, he's finally saved enough money and courage. The plan is set. His son will travel with other defectors through the Golden Triangle, then transit through Thailand to Korea. It's a journey of thousands of miles. To avoid detection, they travel only at night. Little Cheng-long, unused to mountain paths, constantly stumbles with his small backpack. 16 hours of daily trekking with venomous snakes appearing randomly. No one complains. Often favorable circumstances and control over one's fate come from just a bit more perseverance. The Golden Triangle is treacherous. Sometimes they go hungry for half a day, waiting for the right moment. From North Korea to neighboring South Korea, they take a massive detour, spanning almost the entire Asian continent. Betting their lives in May 2008 after months in Thai immigration detention, little Cheng-long safely lands in Seoul and reunites with his father. Like other children, Cheng-long can now attend school. Even though at 9 he must start in first grade, he's thrilled. With Young-jun's savings exhausted, Cheng-long lives in a local welfare church. But at least father and son can meet regularly. Watching his son grow more cheerful by the day, Young-jun sometimes loses himself in thought, barely believing that just months ago, his son was trekking through jungles like something from a movie, and now walks openly to school for his education. Meanwhile, Gum-hee has been in South Korea for 5 months. With her new Korean identity comes a new hairstyle. She dresses carefully. From the moment she arrived, she's had to use every ounce of strength to establish herself in this foreign land. Each job interview makes her nervous. After constant rejection, Gum-hee slowly realizes she can never fully escape her past identity. Integration is difficult. Discrimination is real. But this resilient woman eventually finds suitable work after countless rejections.